Yes, guys, what's up? It's Ace, and here today we're doing a review on Jujutsu Kaisen Episode 8 Boredom Review. And this is a good episode. It's specifically with like things that have been happening and where this episode sort of lays and what it sort of means. It's incredibly interesting what's going to happen next. So we all know like a lot of things have been happening. Uh, for most part, we have like this whole sort of side thing happening where like the enemies or the main villains are getting stronger. We have this thing where Itadori is getting stronger, and then we have this episode where we see some more fighting between the two schools, and then we have a time skip at the end of the episode. And we got a time skip, boys. And honestly, I was not expecting a time skip because I think that's more for so those long running anime that sort of want to do this huge transitional thing and sort of like change or add an arc. This sort of speed runs it such that they can make a way for those characters to get super strong and make things interesting pretty quickly. I don't know where the source material is at the moment, but episode 8, we're on episode 8, and I'm not sure if this is a seasonal anime or if this will be an ongoing anime, but this could mean a few things. I'm wondering if we're cutting it close to the end of the anime or if this is just like them sort of pushing the anime a little quicker. I don't know. It could mean a few things, but I mean, it's going to make things a little more interesting nonetheless. So anyways, the episode starts off with Kugisaki and Fushiguro in this little hall, corridor, and they meet the second year students of Jujutsu Kyoto Tech, which is kind of interesting because it's different school and also they're 1 year up. So I'm kind of wondering how does our main school compete against this other school in regards to Jujutsu Sorcerer users. So that's interesting. And then we got the fight between the two people, that is Fushiguro and Kugisaki versus Mai and Toudou. And the interesting part was I think this episode sort of revolving around Toudou and how strong he is because the episode wasn't very boring, but we did see Toudou explain to Fushiguro how boring he was because of the fact that he liked women that are I could be mistaken this, but women who are more interesting, I guess, where where Toto was just like, yeah, I like big ass women. Like that was essentially what he said. And I was like, okay, well, it looks like we're gonna get a fight, and we got a fight, of course. And Toto just sort of destroyed Fushiguro. Like he absolutely crushed him. And I was like, okay, these are only 1 year gap between these students, but it's also like, what's happening here? Because it's only a 1 year gap in regards to like where these students are in their education, but also this is a different school. So is it possible that this school could be stronger than our main school, like our main Jujutsu Tech school? That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be incredibly interesting to see what's the difference between the power level. It's kind of like unfortunate though because it looks like for the most part that the Kyoto school is definitely stronger. It looks like that just based on what Toto did. I wasn't really expecting too much difference in power level because there's only a 1 year difference, but geez, was I wrong. It looks like Toto absolutely just destroyed Fushiguro. That's pretty interesting. And also, it makes you wonder what's happening here because I do remember Sukuno explaining through Itadori that Fushiguro was a waste of power, so to say, and he was learning how to find out what Sukuno was saying, right? And he definitely looked like he definitely didn't unlock it in this episode. So I'm wondering if he perhaps in the next episode we're gonna unlock that and see what's gonna happen here. Because geez, Toto, absolutely destroyed this kid. Destroyed, and it was disgusting. And of course I would like you guys to watch the fight if you guys haven't seen the fight. He then got some frogs, and I was like, okay, like instead of I'm not sure what happened to the called Shikigami or the spirits that Fushiguro summons, but the ones that we usually see, that is the wolves, he didn't summon them this time. And I'm not sure if that's because they were dead or they died when fighting Sukuno, but he summoned frogs. And I was like, okay, interesting. He summoned frogs. I'm guessing he has like this whole like sort of repertoire of different spirits he can summon at whenever time. I'm like, that's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting to have. So I'm totally looking forward to seeing what more Fushiguro has to offer in regards to like power. It looked like he did get destroyed in this episode though, like completely destroyed. Not even there was no chance. There's no chance. It was only thanks to the second year students, and I keep saying second year students for the non-Kyoto school, the main Jujutsu Tech school. Cause I forgot the name. Gosh, I'm sorry, guys. It's only because they interfered that it looked like Fushiguro didn't die. It was disgusting. Anyways, after that, we did see Mr. Sensei. Oh gosh, I forgot his name. Goro. Toru Sensei. We saw that he actually ended up talking to the principal of the Kyoto Tech School, and I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting to seeing how like how he can just walk in there with like no care. Yeah, and Gojo Sensei was completely talking down to this principal dude. Didn't even care who he was, and it looked like the whole idea that Gojo Sensei being the strongest Jutsu user is pretty true, especially when he was talking about how he fought the last spirits from the last episode. It was completely like breathtaking to see like how strong Gojo is, just like in comparison to like everyone else. And it seems like he just didn't care. Like maybe it's just like his sort of personality, but geez, it's definitely rubbing off. You can definitely feel it happening, especially with like someone like the principal of the Kyoto school, because it looks like maybe just being an old man. This guy looks pretty strong. He looks pretty strong. And then they pretty much just discussed the whole fact that how conservative they were going with the naming of the spirits, having their old schemes of naming the spirits in regards to their power level, and they were talking about how essentially the special grade spirits are more than just special grade, right? There's more levels than just being a special grade, and there's a little more happening than what these principals, perhaps maybe this principal in particular, believes is saying to happen, right? And that totally makes sense because we have a bunch of these spirits that are like talking and being very much sentient that we haven't seen before in other spirits, specifically with the spirits that we started the anime with. So that's really interesting. Like, what are they talking about? Are they Are they like? Are they part of anything? Are they like part of the whole spirits becoming stronger thing? I don't know, because it looks like there's gonna be a pretty big war with the spirits soon. I think that's gonna be pretty interesting. I guess his name is Principal Yaga. Okay, I think it's Principal Yaga. I'm doing this on the fly, guys. Okay, I actually ended up watching the episode last night, and I was like, okay, I'm too tired, and so I'm just doing the review in the morning here. So, anyways, we got the next scene where it looks like we see a just like a crew of like destroyed. I'm not even sure if they were burnt people, and looked like one of these spirits that were part of the whole spirit crew that went after Gojo Sensei. Looked like he came up and just killed a few people in the theater, and that was pretty interesting because that was sort of like a rather, I don't know, interesting scene in regards to like why would they show that and then like have the episode end there. So I'm wondering next episode if we're gonna get more like top visuals on this. Like, are we gonna be looking at this in the next episode? I'm guessing we will, because this was also like the shady ass individual who was like under the, I think they were under the umbrella, right? And it's like, why would they want to do that in the theater anyways? Were they just like sort of taking out their anger? Like, what was the point of killing these people? I don't know. It seemed kind of weird because like what really was the point of killing these people? If like, I know you're a spirit and all, but like you don't have to be that evil, right? And what I don't get also is why did they bring Itadori there? Because it seemed like for the most part, like it was just like the scene of an accident and maybe they just want to study it. But it's like, I'm not sure if like the spirits would hang around there. Especially with this spirit, because it looks like the spirit is more than just like a regular top of the mill, run of the mill spirit, where like they would hang around like where all these like all this like general negative energy would hang. It looks like they're more sentient than that. So it's like, what are they looking to accomplish from being through there? And I think that'll be interesting. I think they will, in the end, I think eventually be able to find like a gateway to perhaps the spirit slayers, which was the beach, which was also kind of weird from last episode that we saw. Maybe they're gonna find a gateway there, but maybe also the spirit isn't as like special as I think it is, and they're gonna circle back and like see what's up with like things that the people that they killed, right? Or I don't know, harvest something from the people. I don't know. It's all sort of up in the air, and I'm definitely interested in seeing what's happening there, because it was really weird to sort of just pan there. It could be me, but like, what's the point of panning there and then just like ending the episode there? It's something definitely gonna happen there. I think that's where we're gonna leave off with the next episode. Also, the fact that the time skip happened just before this scene means that we're probably also going to be able to see a little more from Itadori, because we know that he went through all those trainings that Gojo Sensei had him go through whilst fighting the spirits, right? And so bringing Itadori there might just be them showing off like, hey, like Itadori will probably meet up with a weird spirit they never seen before and just like show him something new, right? And show us all something new, which I think I'm pretty down for. I'm definitely pretty pumped for, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what this new Itadori can do. Also, the fact that, what does Itadori think now of Sukuna, or has the relation changed since being together for a month after making that pact? there's so much new stuff that's gonna be happening, and thank goodness for this time skip, because then we don't have to watch Itadori just like looking at like these movies and stuff, and it's just gonna be so interesting. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be spicy. I'm totally pumped for this next episode. The time skip really did something. I think like having that time skip is gonna allow us to like skip up over all that like boring stuff that is like Itadori just like watching movies. So I'm pumped for that. Also pumped for the training that they would have done probably together with the other first year students. That is Itadori's friends / Goto Sensei's students. So I'm curious to see if they have any like, if they're gonna pop up and maybe show off some sort of like team wombo combos, because I think after this little scene in the theater, I think we're gonna end up going to this this tourney, and we're gonna see what's up with the other school. That'll be cool. Anyways, that'll be my review for this episode. Definitely pumped. This anime is so good, and yeah, that's all I really have to say. This is a good anime, guys. But peace out. Have a nice one, and I'll catch you guys later. Deuce.